well, which I was thinking about it. I haven't fully thought through the thing. I half thought about like, oh, maybe we should, what do you call it? Maybe we could continue the specific like map that I'm on. And then, because like I could technically build a second ship there. That's a decent sized trader. But then I kind of thought for the people that maybe weren't able to make the first one, it might make more sense to just start fresh and just see if I could do it better kind of thing and try to go again. I'll get Cyprus to go do this trade. I think they're up here. There they are. Yeah, so I'll probably do like another week or something and I'll try to do a better set up colony kind of thing maybe. So yeah. I was not here for the event. Oh no, I saw that. Chris is exhausted and still cold. It's really sorry that he missed your event. Promises to break you another event. Can't really translate the break you part. Break you another event. No, it's okay. I think I get it. Also, that going into like third person for a second there, I thought like maybe your partner took over to like explain, and I'm like, please tell me he didn't just pass out or something, you know? That was deeply concerning, and not in the third person way, but in the, oh my god, are you okay kind of way, you know? Also, I want them to finish this, but I want them to get the fucking animals out of here, because otherwise these three are getting culled. So we'll see how we go. I also need to throw down floors, but I don't have that much silver. But no, it's okay. I know you're exhausted. I know you're working and stuff. Like I said, like nobody's ever got to do anything in my events and stuff. Like if you have time, you're free and available to hang out and stuff. I love the company and stuff. You know, it's the distraction part of it for me, because instead of worrying about my bills for like entering into the like first week of all the bills and shit, I was more stressed about like how to progress an entire colony through like the entire research tree in 5 days and get enough resources, and was it going to have to fight for the persona core, and trying to build a ship. I've never built a ship before until then and stuff, you know, and all the raids, not knowing what was coming with the raids. Like I'm still glad I took the couple of minute break or whatever to like breathe before that. But it wasn't the raids from the event that I was worried about. It was everybody else spawning stuff, because on the last day, most people had enough silver if they'd just been lurking, and I assumed some people had been lurking because I'd seen a couple of chats and no spawns from those specific people. And I'm like, if these people decide to dump their silver and go ham, I'm gonna die. You know, the colony's gonna get on the last day. So yeah, I was a bit concerned about that. But yeah, we ended up, it managed to launch some people, some fucking how. And yeah, I'm surprised that happened, but I'll probably do another week sometime this year. I'll have to plan it out as well, because like I said, I didn't exactly think through the things getting actually done. Like I planned to do them if they get redeemed and shit for sure, but like I hadn't like scheduled anything anywhere because I wasn't expecting them to happen in the first place. And I have got a bunch of days off this year where I'm going to be off rigging. So like I also find it funny that they're planning all this out straight away in winter. It's very interesting seeing them out here. But this is what I was talking about with when you have a big colony, they just go do shit. So I love this. But yeah, I'll figure it out in amongst all the miscellaneous like times off that I'm going to do rigging, because I don't want to be wrecked from rigging as well. Like I was pretty reasonably tired after this event, but mostly there was a day during the week where I couldn't sleep because neighbors kept me up, and I ended up working on another couple of like PNG tuber avatars and stuff. And then also I had like the weekend after the event, this weekend just passed, I had my partner's sister over from Western Australia and shit, and she was supposed to be over at the end of the month, and it was a big day out and stuff, so I definitely didn't get enough rest. So I gotta kind of like plan it around that. Like when I do the extra week, it's not gonna be part of an event. There's no like rewards and stuff. Like thankfully I didn't put another fucking sub event on the list, because planning 2 of those in 1 year was a lot last year. That was overwhelming. But yeah, there won't be any more of that this year. It will just be whatever the rewards are from the first one and this one and stuff is just continued, you know. I will get around to everything, and yeah, like if yourself or any of the other individuals that have a reward and stuff, like hit me up for the rewards out of the blue or whatever, I'll organize and I'll get it done and whatnot, you know. I just gotta plan stuff. I don't super want all the walls and stuff. I'm seeing like this hyperweave and stuff. I don't want to buy that. I do want food from you guys. We're not buying human meat, no matter how much it's fucking worth, no matter how hungry my people are. I might buy your animals. Just give me a hot second. I'll catch up on messages in a sec. Cause if I can get, I do have wood to sell them, but I also have shitty clothing. So let's get rid of all the excess clothes because that's going to give us a lot of money. And most of my people have been picking up stuff, and they've still got tattered apparel, so they won't be making new stuff if old stuff is sitting in the pile, and most of this has been partially worn. So I'll just get it all removed. Was that minus 63 to friendship? What? Until my lead first 3 pawns keep getting into fights. I realized that one of them, one of the first raids, my first killed the other's father. Oh, well, yeah, they'll probably fucking do it. And that would be what the minus friendship bit was about. I don't know if I have any colonists like that. Probably do. But, like, I've always said, like, when it comes to RimWorld, the odds of you getting, like, a colony to exist for a long time really kind of, like, starts with, like, how you started and stuff. If you started off and your colonists fucking hated each other, there's a pretty good chance that it's not really going to, like, exist very well for very long kind of thing. I also could just sell them wood, but we have a lot of spare wood and I can use those in, like, burners and all sorts of stuff. And I have a lot of spare leathers, but I want to hold on to them so that they can make new clothes. So what I'll do is I'll buy you guys some animals, which we can cull, which will give us more meat, and it won't make much of a difference in our money dent. Hold on, where's the fucking start of the list? So, these were all the super, super expensive stuff at the tippy top of the list. There we go. And I've still got a few more things that I can add to it. That's getting real close. It's going to be too much. Alright, so I don't really have anything that's exactly like 50 or whatever, but this will give us a bunch of silver, which means we can do floors. And it will get rid of a bunch of shit clothing, as well as give us some storage. And anything that these traders happen to drop should stay technically refrigerated up here. So I'll just grab a couple of people that are nearby and I'll get them to bring it in. Shim Pemmican. You fucking grab people that can haul, that is. That donkey's going for stuff. Wanderer. Yeah, no, it will probably get auto-culled, I'm sure. Do you have the ability to... Yeah, you have the ability to haul shit. So, I know Rose is coming up here for stuff, but you're closer. And I just want to kind of get you to come up here for this for a bit. There's only like a couple of meats and stuff, and Rose can handle animals, so she can swap over to one of the animals. These guys, though, these can also get culled. And I think there's eggs and shit up here. What else? So I'm really struggling to come up with rewards for the one I want to do. So I've got about 2 weddings I have to go to, both in the same week. So instead of going for 2 weeks, I can only do 1 now. Yeah, there's other stuff like that that sometimes like happens. And planning for the stuff, planning like rewards and shit can be very difficult. Zed is coming up for that, but he could be just coming up to eat it, to be fair. Like, for instance, when I did the 2 weeks, I did 14 days back to back, and it got fully extended to 8 hours for all the days, and that was way too much. That just absolutely wrecked me. But I also do editing and stuff after I stream. So on top of the 8-hour days, there was also like 6 to 8 hours of editing and stuff. And I think you can do hauling as well. So yeah, after I finished working on stuff, it would normally be like a 15-16 hour day of like streaming and editing and like my uploads and all sorts of shit, right? As well as maintaining any rewards or notifying of like any specific rewards being like redeemed and like logging them and stuff like that too. So, like, there was a little bit to it. Doing the 5 days this time, I was initially going to do 7, and I am really glad that I only did the 5 because I was kind of exhausted. I was exhausted going into it, like I was a little bit tired to begin with, and then it felt like a very big event, and I had like a lot going on and stuff, like with it and outside of it and stuff. And even post-event, I am exhausted because I'm still trying to catch up my sleep. But I also have like health conditions and stuff like that, so I require a bit more time to rest and recover post-event as well. So there is that. It's perfectly fine, just not all there. No, don't do self-depreciation shit. You're not allowed that here. Keyed up from work. It's nice to meet you, and guess right, I'm his partner. Goodbye, Jaeger. Have I seen you in here? Also, hi. But yeah, no self-depreciation and no depreciating of others here. But yeah, welcome in. Is it 3 pawn hates 1 pawn so much they got out of the hospital bed only to be planted straight back on the bed. This didn't even get to move away. Pawn 3 is a much less capable fighter. I do find it really funny when you get like a colonist that decides to just go and fucking kick somebody's ass, and then that person like just puts them basically in the ground, and it's like you literally started a fight with like something you know was gonna like finish that fight. I also don't know if they're moving all the chem fuel up here. I guess not. They kind of like just stacked it up like carefuler. I don't want them to have massive ass stacks in here because it's just gonna go kaboom. But if I get rid of this, I'm worried that they're not going to spread it out enough, and I don't want them to put it into like little fire nooks if I can. I also don't want it near food and shit because the people that have tantrums do it near food the most. I wouldn't mind putting it in here because this is somewhere where once it's inside I could basically forbid it, but I also have to be managing like the fucking temperature inside it and shit too, probably, because we don't want it to go kaboom in there either. As like, it's squirrel self-tamed. Nah, that doesn't happen. You go die. If there's, well, that must have been the only thing alive on the map, but that's okay. So we're probably growing actually food. We'll have some rice and potatoes and shit soon. So hopefully they can go and feed the animals because I think most of them are starving. But yeah, essentially, I don't know. Event kind of stuff, Jackal. Like I said, if you're trying to do an event with the goal of like financial assistance and shit like that, just be mindful of like what rewards you do offer and stuff. Like for instance, like I know doing the movie nights for myself, I will have to have like Discord Nitro or something like that, or my server has to be boosted, which costs like X number of money and stuff, and I have to factor that in to like the cost of rewards and stuff, which I realized I kind of did fuck that up, and I should have put them a bit further down the list because of that, but there isn't much I can do about that, you know. There's a bit of mine suggest a movie night as well. Yeah, it depends, because like if you've got like some kind of a subscription thing or something like Netflix or any of the other kind of, you know, movie hosting, streaming things, you probably have a bit more variety. Like I'm limited to what movies I own and have and which ones are on my computer and shit that I could potentially do an event with. I have a lot of like older stuff that I have like copied from like my DVDs and shit that I've purchased in the past, and I've got their backups on the computer because I think it's in Australia you're legally allowed to make a backup CD or DVD or some shit like that of whatever you own, as long as it doesn't get distributed outside of your household. I think that's how that shit works. There's something about it, or it used to be like that. One of the two, I don't fucking know. But for that reason, like I have a lot of them like backed up on the computer, especially when like CD, DVD drives and DVD players stopped being a thing. So yeah, it's a bit easier. I'm going to cull that horse too because it ain't supposed to be in there. And I do want to get this room built up too because I think it's one of the last. It's one of the 2 last ones. Oh my god, they're all in here. Is this another wedding? Oh my god, Shadow and fucking Keelon are getting married. Finally. About fucking time. I know you guys got a bed. So yeah, I guess Keelon and Shadow, I gotta let them know they're married now. So this will make everybody happy again, because I think we've had like 2 fucking weddings, a party, and even though there's a couple of colonists dead, this should make them happier. Also, I don't know what's up with that bit of floor, but I guess we're missing some. So I don't think that's sterile tile. I think we're using silver. That spot, maybe. I believe it's a rule. Is it private personal use only? Yeah, I think that's the case. But yeah, what else? Yeah, if you can only do like a certain amount of time and stuff. Like I know last year when I did my Billathon event, I think my partner traveled during like one of the weeks, and that wasn't such a problem, like me being here by myself and shit, and it's always fine or whatever. But usually when he travels, I like to like do nothing. I like to generally like take time off and just, I don't know, exist and shit in silence. It's like no interruptions, no like passage of time kind of stuff, right? So I kind of was like a little bit upset with that, because I'm like, I would have rather like not done anything. But also one of the days during the event, I was supposed to drive him to the airport, and I couldn't drive him to the airport because I was already locked in with my event and stuff, and I would be live throughout the time period and stuff. So I would have needed to have like either not streamed that day and then moved it to a different day, or taken a huge chunk out of the middle to get to the airport and back and stuff. And that made no sense. So yeah. Also, I don't know if they're nearly finished this, but I should be able to close up a couple of the doors here. Yeah, we can close that one, and we can close these 2. Nice. I think it's also ended next month, so I don't have much time to spew out rewards. They'll have to wait. That's the other thing too, is you can also sort out like if things are during or after the event. I also don't know if you fuckers got in here through a different door. I'm assuming you did. I'm going to allow that because I don't know how long they've been trapped in here, and I shut it so that I could build shit, but nobody came to build shit. Inspired trade. Can I say all these to hold on for a moment, because we have others that we need to make first. We've got like a couple of blocks I've got to get built first. Like for instance, the I had rewards last year that were like, I think like a bonus events, bonus days and stuff like that, and they were after the event. Like I didn't have it specifically listed on the stuff that I put out for everybody to like read and check and stuff during the event, but I did itemize if somebody asked about it that it was after the event. And like I had stuff scheduled all the way up to November last year. Obviously there was a couple of things that I just couldn't do because they weren't ready yet. Like for instance, I was supposed to do a karaoke event, but I couldn't do the karaoke event because I hadn't done my live TD avatar yet, and I'm still working on her and stuff. And when I finish her, I will do the karaoke event, you know. I had like other stuff in there as well. Like I also still have 2 emotes to make for Mup, and Mup hasn't like suggested what he wants yet, but there was also miscommunications about like what that was for. There was like the thought that maybe it was going to add to the emotes on my channel, but it's not. It's for other streamers and stuff, which was what it was for and stuff. But yeah, there's a bit of like organizing and stuff like that. Like one of your things you could do is if you wanted to potentially like stream with somebody else, you could offer that as one of the things. If you wanted to, I don't know, like have like a running gag. If you're playing RimWorld pretty often, you could be like, you know, rename the first colonist is always this person, or the second colonist or the first person to join the colony is always that person's name, or something for like 6 months or a year or however long your colonies kind of like come and go and stuff. And yeah, that kind of makes it something else. Mind you, the thing is, having a reward doesn't necessarily mean that people want said reward, and some people get like weirdly more interested in some stuff than other stuff. Like the thing that you might think is like a good idea and really want to do or whatever, like people don't care about, you know? Like I can't remember I think my first year I did a subathon. So it wasn't a billathon or anything yet, but I participated in, I think, the Winterfest for Twitch. And I had like, I was going to add like the Kitty Venus version of my avatar, my PNG tuber at the time. And if we got high enough, it was going to be like the goth one or something. And yeah, those never got like unlocked. And I'm like, I will make them if somebody like unlocks them. And now I've got like the alternate avatar and I've got the gothic one and stuff. They took a while, but like I added them in. But like I kind of thought, because of how excited people were when I eventually added an avatar, that they would be excited about additional stuff to the avatar. And no, nobody gave a fuck. And, you know, like it's also a case of like, it's very hard to judge like what kind of tiers and stuff to make things as well, because a lot of like the big subathon event type things that you see people do are usually like the big streamers that have got like X number of followers and they have like a consistent X number of like subs that they know they're going to reach, or what their kind of crew of like community are going to potentially do and stuff. Like it also depends on the community as well, because like I know some people that have got like really very supportive kind of like communities and stuff like that that will absolutely blow all their rewards out of the fucking water and stuff. I've also had that happen as well, but I wasn't fucking expecting any of it, so I was woefully underprepared for it, you know. I also don't know if they're moving these, but I guess we'll move them in here. But yeah, like I initially didn't add a lot of rewards, and I felt like what I was already listing was too much, and then everybody just went ham on it, and I'm like, well shit, now I need to add more. And I kept kind of adding more, and that was more like a little bit too much for what I did. Like I kept adding tiers because I'm like, if people want to participate or they wanted to, like, I don't know, aren't you in a relationship, chimpanzee? Oh, you guys are getting married. Okay, that's fine. I was gonna say, I'm like, just making sure that yeah, it just fucking depends. Those are some good ideas. I had super supportive people. One of them is flying from US to Australia. My wedding is the best man, so I don't want to ask anything because he's already looking out for me. Forking out a lot. There you go. Sorry, I couldn't see the fucking F in that sentence. But anyway, had a large following when I went on hiatus. Oh yeah, you lost a large following. I think that's the other thing too, is when you take time off and shit, it tends to like drop and stuff. Like I kind of get the feeling, based on like last week's event, I kind of get the feeling if my colony wasn't so like calm and slow and stuff like that, that I would probably have like, you know, I don't know, more interest and stuff in it. Plus also, I think if I played it more often as well, if I played RimWorld more continuously, I'd probably have like a bigger group of people for that. But I also had like a lot of my original followers and stuff are from 7 Days to Die and RimWorld. And I had a lot of, what do you call it, like those permission things on that kind of stop people with accounts under a certain age from being able to like talk, or unverified accounts from being able to talk and stuff. So I had a lot of followers at one point, and it doesn't necessarily mean I have a lot of people like watching me and stuff. But yeah, I also find like everybody's interested in different shit too. I don't think I can fit more beds in here, but they are making the floors, which I guess is nice. I guess we filled it up with steel to begin with, and all the animals are kind of getting out of here, so that's good. First, one of these peeps came in and last raid and said, "Seen you before, and you were legendary for having a large colony," something like that. Oh yeah. Is that in here in your stream? Because like I kind of expect that at some point in time, like it will just be like people know that I have like a stupidly large colony and shit. Because it will have existed for a long enough period of time that like most people will have at least had a chance to probably see me live, or talk to, or hear somebody else that's seen me live and shit. But like, yeah, I don't know. I know this is not for everyone, because like it's just, it's very chill and calm for the most part. Like, we had a raid earlier and it wasn't even nothing. Like, it was a bunch of scythers and that was something. Like, it was spread out, mind you. I feel like I'm going to put some extra turrets around the place because my perimeter turrets are getting built. And they will be built, but it does look like I'm going to get more drop raids here because of it. So, yeah. My older followers hadn't seen in a bit. Oh, yeah. I also do think the thing is, too, with RimWorld as a community and stuff, is a lot of us will watch other RimWorlders as well. So we'll know of, like, other people that play it, and even, like, just general chatters, like, familiar names and stuff. Like, I heard somebody mention Prophet the other day while they were streaming, and I'm like, that's interesting. I also have talked to Prophet, you know? And, like, I see some people from Lurk Queen and stuff because, like, I assume that, like, some of the people that like to just, like, hang out in Lurk Queen's, like, community and stuff and just chill are able to do that here as well without it being, like, predominantly, like, plastered on screen or, like, announced and shit. So, I mean, obviously when people follow, it does say that they're following and shit, and I do greet them and stuff, but, like, it's quieter than some of the other ones, you know? It's true, first found you when I raided from, was it one of my favorites who was playing RimWorld and she raided you? Oh, yeah. I also tend to find I sometimes see people and then I get raided by the person that I was looking at just like the other day or the other week or something like that. Because, like, I know I'd seen you in, like, the RimWorld section in the category and stuff, but I think it was at a time where either I was just about to stream, so I couldn't exactly, like, lurk, or alternatively, I was looking through the like the offline VODs section, because you can look in a category and you can see who has streamed the game recently if they have a VOD and stuff. And I sometimes look at those as well because sometimes I'll be at, like, different times where I can't specifically, like, catch that particular streamer and stuff, and I want to know if they exist because, like, you only can see on Twitch who is live at that specific time and or who has streamed recently if they have a VOD. The other thing too is when people don't have a VOD, like, I can't, if I miss them or if I miss them by a couple of seconds or if I got rated into them, I can't find them again. Yeah, I gotta hope that I find them and they've got the same looking avatar or a camera or same looking colony or something. You know how I was talking about earlier where some people have multiple colonies and stuff? Like, imagine coming in and you're looking for somebody with, like, diamonds shaped you know, buildings and shit, and it's like, mine kind of stand out because they're the same motif I've got through all my colonies and shit. It's my style kind of thing. Like, other people can have diamonds and that's fine, but, like, this is, like, my kind of thing, you know? But imagine coming in and an avatar looks so different, or the colony looks so different, or both, and it's like you can't tell if you're watching the same person. Because I've had that a couple of times with a few people that have got, like, very, very wildly different. Like, they've got like a feral mode kind of, like, avatar kind of thing that's just so hugely different, and I'm not really sure. Of course, there's also the changing the names around frequently stuff, which, you know, everybody changes their shit around and or some people don't. But it does make it difficult. And then there's the consistency factor. Like, if you're live at about the same time, you know that there's another person who's live before you, live at the same time as you, live after you. You kind of get to know who's around on certain days and playing certain things. Like, I know I'm no longer in the 7 Days to Die category every week kind of thing, but someday I'll go to play that again. I'll have somebody come in and be surprised to see me playing that, and I'll be like, I used to play it, you know? I just haven't played it for a while kind of thing. And RimWorld's one where I'll consistently be in here every Tuesday. So people that have seen me on Tuesdays and are so done with seeing me on Tuesdays, like, whoever's seen me has seen me. And if they like me, they'll be here if they've got time and shit, you know. If they don't like me or they don't got time or they're just not interested, like, I was about to check on you, Sasha, and she's going to go start fire and shit. But she was bringing in food, so we still got a bit of food we got to bring in. So when you're done resting, Lima, I'll get you hauling the last of the venison, and I'll get Natrola to bring in this. Oh, no, you can't. Maybe you guys can. Yeah, you can. All right. You mean, what's it 4 colonies I have going? The feral mode thing has thrown me off wildly a few times. I think my plant's also dying because of the cold. But I've had a couple of times where I've seen a streamer and I've only seen them with like a specific like hairstyle, and then I've come across them again and they never have that hairstyle again, or it's so hard to redeem. And yeah, it's kind of like, did I find the right person? You get that sometimes through events and stuff. But just give me a hot second. So basically, we are the end of stream. I went over a bit, but it's fine. We've kind of like finished up some of the grow rooms. We made one of the medical things. Had a mech battle, and we had 2 colonists die and a bunch of like named but not bonded. Well, Teresa might have been bonded. We had a bunch of like named animals die as well, and 2 colonists. So we're back down to like what, 299 at the moment. So I feel like it's on discount.